First of all, the very first call I got at 12:01 was from Charles Barkley. And you talk about incredible and special, and why should I be surprised? But that was my first call. And he was, just very sensitive to what we've gone through and glad it was over for us, so on and so forth. I had a couple friends from Knoxville that surprised me and came down. A couple guys that were in my Bible study, and were with me at a difficult time, and helped me get through it. And so just very, very sweet for those guys. And then last night to get to the arena, to have those students there, I'm like, what do you got? Why aren't you guys at the Sky Bar? I don't understand why you're not. Where it's midnight. What are you doing here? And it was really cool. I was grateful for them being there. And I walked in, and the players were there. And that's when I kind of lost it a little bit. That's when I got a little emotional, because I was shocked. But those are the kind of things that you kind of go through, and in different experiences with the players. And so they showed me a lot of love, and we've been trying to show them some love. So it was good. I left about 3:15 or so, because it got to the point, even calling out the West Coast, it was getting late. I'm a early riser, and I'm not a night owl. So got in early this morning, and today was an incredibly productive day. Having the elite camp, and having a camp, it's a great way to introduce students to our campus. And of course, the campus just shows, it shows so well. So I can't comment about the quality of our camp, because it's in that way, it's sort of providing an evaluation. I don't want to provide an evaluation.
Just for you talked about being able to get back in that environment, and how much fun was it to get back on the court and do that?
Well, it was fun. It was fun also to be able to deliver a message to the campers. And we had great camps this summer, but I couldn't take anybody 7th grade or above. So the messages were a little watered down, but this was a message that I could hit them right in the mouth, and talk to them about, and challenge them, and help guide them and mold them and inspire them and motivate them and encourage them. So that was pretty cool part of camp, and it was good to evaluate, and have those evaluations have some impact on me and our program.
What does it say about how far this in 5 months this program has come? You have students lining up at midnight, just to kind of cheer you on in a personal moment for you. What does that say about how far this is?
Well, I think what it says more so about the program. I just think it speaks to Auburn in the sense that. Let's just say it looked to me like most of the students were there, recognized that I had been out for a while, and understood that it was difficult, and were there just to sort of support me, like my coaching staff and our players. It wasn't a fan thing. It looked like I didn't know many of those kids, but it just looked like they knew me, they knew the circumstance. They wanted me to show their support. That doesn't happen everywhere. It happens at Auburn.
How glad are you to have this day behind you now, where you can just kind of let it go and now move forward?
I got calls to make. I got calls to make, and and also I also got to show my coaching staff. Like right now, they'll be like, BP's got to be popped. Let's go. We got calls to make tonight, and. Because I expect my players to train that way, and so, but it's just good to be normal again.
You said you left around a little after 3.
A little after 3.
Between phone conversations and some other things you had going on inside the building, how many text messages did you end up having flood in and flood out? And whether you answer them or not, just how many?
I had a couple dozen text messages, and from friends and family and high school coaches and things like that. Obviously, Charles's call was incredible. But it's been a really good, it's been a really good, how many hours since midnight? It's been a really good 16 or 18, 16, 18 hours. It's been very productive.
Did you know Charles before you came here?
I didn't know him. The only thing we had talked about the fact that he had called me at one time when I was coaching at Tennessee, and I had never met him personally. But we met at the Final Four, and because he was obviously working, and then he came in for the Letterman's reunion, and then we spent some time together at Chuck's mom's funeral. So I just look forward to getting to know him and having him be out in front of our program.
What was the tenor of that conversation, VP? What was he kind of telling you?
Oh, just that he's glad that the difficult time and period was over for me. Just that he was glad it was over for me.
As big a date as this was, Bruce, what is the next thing on your, beyond, all right, the short term, a lot of calls to make, texts to send, but is the training the next big thing for you, or is September 9th the next big thing for you?
The fact that we're going to go really hard for 3 weeks within the framework of what we can do with those 8 hours. And we're going to go as hard as we can go. I think last week was a really hard first week for the guys. And I'm sure some of them went, whoa. But because on September 9th, I'll be gone for a week, maybe even a week and a half, to be able to get out there and recruit. I believe in training in plateaus. And so we'll go hard for 3 weeks, and then we'll back it off for a few days. And then we'll go hard for another period of 3 weeks, and then we'll back it off. And every time you back it off, they're ready for more. They want more. So I'd say it's important, like it's kind of what Jay Jacobs said when he was trying to hire me. He's speed dating. I'm speed dating right now. I'm trying to get some things done, and a lot of seeds have been planted. And if we can get some things done in recruiting, then I can, as quickly as possible, return my focus to the team. And that's where really my focus needs to be in the fall. It needs to be on the team.
You said about a week and a half ago about, you're the GM, you like to evaluate, you
Yeah.
like that part of the business, picking out players.
Yes.
How fun was today when you could actually look at players and break them down, just on a sheet of paper, that kind of thing?
Right. It was good. The venue, the camp, I'm able to put some names with some faces, and that was extremely important for me, especially as I begin to start to talk to them. And one of the things I like to do is I don't like to recruit. I like to coach, and so I'm going to try to start coaching these guys a little bit, life coaching them, and to the best of what I've seen, start to basketball coaching them, and not really worry about recruiting them to Auburn. We've got to get our program to a position where we can have good players look at us, and that's what our focus is going to be.